told you I was this way.
Well, you know who's speaking up is Seattle's new police chief. He's making headlines this morning because he says he wouldn't be surprised if he ends up in jail for defending the rights of citizens.
I will do everything in my power, I want to be clear, to protect anyone in Seattle from anyone who comes to this city with the intention to hurt them or inhibit their First Amendment rights. And what that means is, at some point, I will probably go to jail and be in prison.
Chief Shon Barnes was responding to questions about federal action in L.A. during a Seattle City Council meeting yesterday that is part of his confirmation process. I didn't realize that he has not been confirmed yet, FYI. Okay. So that could happen as soon as maybe next week. Barnes has already said the department does not ask anyone about their immigration status and would not cooperate with immigration officers.
We have an administration that has threatened to jail politicians and indeed has done so in Milwaukee, if you remember that, and has threatened to jail a governor. I'm just a simple public servant. That's all I am. That's all I am. I'm just a simple public servant. But I'm going to do the right thing for the people in Seattle, and I would hope that's your expectation of me.
Chief Barnes was also asked whether he thinks the National Guard or the U.S. military are needed to handle the big protests, whether they're in L.A. or if they come to Seattle.
The federal government's decision to bring in the military, and I was a Marine, is not warranted. The Los Angeles Police Department have dealt with protests for a very long time. They can handle it. Just like if there are protests in Seattle, we can handle it. We have mutual aid, we have operational plans, and as the young folks would say, we're not new to this.
Chief Barnes says he thinks we are at a very unique moment in history.
I'm a student of history, right? And sometimes history repeats itself. We're living in a very difficult time when people want to know that the Constitution is still alive and well. They want to know that they can still exercise all of those amendments that a lot of people fought and died for and served in the military for, like myself and Council Chairman Kettle and others. And that's what I intend to do as your chief of police.
So now, I guess I want to ask everybody, including you, Gee, does this make you feel better having a chief who takes that kind of position, or the sheriff of Pierce County who's taken the position that he has?
That's a loaded question.
You trolling.
Can you admit to everybody that you did that on purpose?
I did.
Just admit it.
I did.
I mean,
well, hey. But I want to recognize that not everybody sees the world the way you and I do. So there are going to be people who say, no, I'm not okay with what Chief Barnes just said.
Real quick, let's stay on that. How do you and I see the world? You know, you're right. There are not a lot of people that see the world the way you and I do. I'll go first. I'll tell you all how I see the world. I see a world where it's all inclusive.
Me too.
Let's start with there. Doesn't matter your sexuality. Doesn't matter your religion. Doesn't matter your skin color. Doesn't matter where you're from. Doesn't matter your financial status. That's how I see the world, first. Second, I also see the world where even if we disagree, right, I don't wish bad on you. Mm-hmm. Even if you voted for Trump, I don't wish bad on you. As a matter of fact, when I give anything, whether it's my time or money, I don't ask what is the political affiliation before I give. Mm-hmm. So that's how I see the world. By the way, also, my world also involves trans people too. Mm-hmm. That's in my world. Unfortunately, we have a place where the trans folks, the LGBTQ community, they don't exist in that world. And so that's where you and whoever you are, you and I don't see the world different. We see it differently. That's the world I envision.
Yeah, and before anyone says, okay, this new chief, he's woke, remember that this is the same chief who got criticism because, do you remember last week we were talking about those ultra-conservative Christians who were basically at Cal Anderson Park And then they went out to City Hall calling for the mayor to resign because of his response to what happened at Cal Anderson Park.
Yeah.
The chief and the police department were getting criticism because they were protecting the Christians out there outside City Hall. And the progressives of the city were like, wait a minute, how come you're giving them protection and not giving us protection? And Chief Barnes said, we're neutral on these issues. We're not on the side of anyone but the Constitution.